Well, thank you very much for joining us today. So my name's Gary Jones and I am the nutter who's going to be cycling 3,300 kilometres. It's now changed to 3,300. And I'm going to be doing that alongside the Tour de France. Now, step one for choosing to cycle the distance of the Tour de France was to dream big. Now, I don't mean just a small dream. I mean, what am I going to do to really smash it? What am I really aiming for? Now, is it to sell 1 million books? Is it to employ 20 people? Is it to change thousands of people's lives? I mean, big, big, big dreams. Part two is how you make a dream achievable is you make a plan. That's quite straightforward. But because I knew the Tour de France was in July, and because it changes around, but it's normally between 3,000 to 3,500 kilometres each year, I thought to myself, well, actually, if I make the plan together and I actually put the steps in place to be able to train for that, could I do that in my own time with the variables on my side? Oh, yes, I can. So suddenly that dream becomes achievable. Now, when it comes to planning, I'm not an expert on it. So I'm not going to kind of preach to you why you should do it or what you should do. But that's where step number 3 comes in, and that's support. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this challenge by myself, just like you can't run a business by yourself, because I don't know about you, I'm talking from my personal experience, I love to help people, but that means actually financially, that might not be the best, because if I could give all away my time for free to everyone, I seriously would, because that's my drive. My drive is to help people. This is something that you need people's support. You need that expertise to be able to drive you and to cope with it. So I'm building a support network around me for my business, but also for the challenge to help me. Now, you've got to have massive drive as well if you're going to tackle something like this, which is step number 4. Now, for me, my drive, as I said, comes from helping people. Step number 5, I've raced through these, is all about accountability. Now, hands up if you've seen me talk about this on social media before today. There's going to be a few, there's not many probably. There's a few. Now, when I first launched it and had the idea, I knew I had to tell people about it because otherwise it's not going to happen. You know, I could quite happily say to myself, okay, you're just going to sit on the bike and just going to cycle all this and play it down. But actually, I told people on social media, I did Facebook Lives about it, I'm doing this, I'm talking to you now about it, and I've done this foresight in other places. The more times I talk about it, the more times that I'm holding myself accountable to you guys. And that's massive. And I'm not going to let this kind of get bogged down. And this is going to happen. And I'm going to raise a hell of a lot of money for the 4 charities that I'm going to be doing it for. I know I'm going to do this because of those 5 things. I've dreamt it. I've made a plan. And I know I'm going to succeed with it. I've got the support of others around me. And I've also made myself accountable to everyone. And because I've said it, and I've dreamt it, and I've planned it, it's bloody well going to happen because I've got the drive to do it.